Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Pause Window Cleaning, and this is week number 41 of our 100K journey of 2024. And we have my wife actually joining us today for this week's recap of week 41. So let's just kind of get straight into it. So our first job this week was kind of an interesting one. We did the inside and out and did some screens. And the reason why I'm saying it's very interesting, because I'm probably going to be showing some videos here, is that I finally got a job that I can like kind of relate to you guys now, or kind of explain better to you, of doing windows that have a roof that you cannot get on the roof, but you have to be on the floor to get past the roof to get to the window, if that makes sense. So I have videos hopefully showing that. Yeah, it's just, man, it's sometimes very difficult to do those ones, especially with the ultralight. But with the destroyer, it just made things so much smoother, and having a destroyer really does benefit when it comes to doing those type of windows. But how was it for you on the inside?
I was pretty sure, very easy. I remember in that job you didn't want to scratch your destroyer.
Oh yeah.
You know, and when he gets new equipment, he gets all careful, like, I don't want to scratch.
Yeah. So what, do you want me to explain, or do you want to explain it? So the reason why I'm saying scratch is because, like I said, when you're getting to those roofs, right? So essentially, like when you're having that like bend type of thing, sometimes it's a little bit heavy, right? And you're trying to like, you know, extend it or descend it, I don't know, make it smaller or shorter, the pole. And when you're doing that, sometimes you scratch the pole on the roof. It just sucks so much. But yeah, it was really nice to be able to have this destroyer that it barely had to do anything like that, because of the weight and everything was just really firm. But I did scratch a little bit, but it sucks. But it's I mean, I try to keep things as new as possible, but eventually you're gonna have that wear and tear, and having a zero product is like really good, especially with the warranty. But yeah, those things, my ultralight has all these like scratches from the roof, but I mean, essentially that's what it's there for, right? Because you have to extend, and you know, there's really nothing you can do about it. But yeah, it has a little bit of marks, but
it's
just
fine.
I try to keep it as perfect as possible. But anyways, that one we did inside and out and screens for a grand total of $510. So that one we were in and out, easy, and yeah, we were not there for too long. And then we ended up giving a bid after that, and that bid ended up being we actually scheduled them for next week, so we'll talk more about that job next week. So that kind of completed that day. Then the next day we ended up I actually stayed home that day, and I went to go do solar panel cleaning, and did all the solar panels. As you guys know, $10 solar panel. So that job was $310. I don't think I have any footage on that one because I was by myself and it was kind of getting a little hot, so I just kind of like took care of it. But $310, very simple. And it was kind of like a package deal, kind of, that they wanted just the solar panels today, but at the end of the month, the windows inside and out. And then you'll go with me on that one.
Yes.
Very interesting, but yeah, I mean, it was yeah, very straightforward. We ended up talking a little bit, and yeah, you'll meet the family in a couple weeks, so because she hasn't met them yet. But yeah, it'll be very easy. So anyways, that one was $310, so that was perfect. So next job, well, that one was yesterday's job. That one was very interesting. We were supposed to do that job Wednesday afternoon, but then ended up that unfortunately the homeowner, the mom, was sick, so she wasn't feeling too good, so we ended up rescheduling it, and they wanted it done on the weekend, and it was kind of going back and forth. Finally we ended up settling it for Thursday. Yeah, that one was interesting because she came, unlocked the doors and everything, and we did all the windows inside and out. She kind of left us by ourselves, but yeah, the house is empty, so it made things a little bit easier. But one thing, I want to ask you guys a question. Now, I don't know, I don't think I talked to you about this, but a question for you guys. Essentially, when it comes to giving like screen prices or track cleaning or whatever, do you guys, by any chance, do like bundle deals? Because that's a question that some people have asked me, but I just keep a flat rate because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've had like other people in the past, I think I've mentioned this too, that we say, okay, we'll do a package deal and we'll clean the windows and the screens, this and that for this price. Then come to find out that the screens are like in the garage, and then they're like more screens are in the garage, and they're like, oh, you said it was a package deal. Kind of pull a fast one on you. So I kind of just have that like, you know, $5 per screen flat rate. And so she was kind of like saying to me, this lady was like, you know, you need to have a bundle deal and everything like that. Fortunately, we didn't do that because she ended up having 40 screens.
40 screens, yes.
So I'm like, I'm kind of glad about that. But the question is, do you guys just do bundle deals? Like, hey, you know, if you do...
Now I understand why she wanted a bundle.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, also, too, some of the screens were on the inside. So we couldn't even count those screens, if that makes sense. So you have to go in and pop it out from the inside. So, but, yeah, no.
I really don't like this type of screens that they pop. They have like
from the inside, right?
Yes. Oh, it's so hard to remove.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like
But you
that.
were able to do it yesterday.
Yeah, but it's hard. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's because it's like a perfect fit.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys know what we're talking, or she's talking about, that it's kind of like perfect fit. You kind of push it in, but then to pull it out, it's like so like...
No, even to put it in, you need to like go and then it's mesh like type of thing.
Oh yeah, kind of like punch it in a little bit. Yeah.
I think it's
we didn't break any screens. Just wanna... but you have to like a little force right on the corners. Yeah, that kind of is a little bit of a bummer. But I mean, yeah, I mean we don't get a lot of those.
No, it's not common here where we live.
Now let me ask you, what's better for you to do, that one or the ones that have the latches on the outside of the house, the screens?
Latches on the outside.
Because I do it.
Yes.
Well, you got me on that one. But yeah, no, that one, yeah, that's the thing is that, yeah, I mean every screen is different, but it's just, but anyways, it's good that we ended up charging, you know, $5 a screen. But anyways, if you guys charge bundles, I'm very curious to know what you guys say. So but also too, I want to
some people also charge bundles, but they just dust the screen.
Oh yeah, maybe talk about how you clean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
because we have some people that they're like I forgot, it was like a couple weeks ago that the lady, she was like so I came, I said, oh okay, so if you want your screens clean, it's $5 a screen. She's like, oh no, just do the regular dusting, the one that's free. And I was like, oh, what do you mean that it's free? And she's like, yeah, just you know, the one that you offer, you know, just do a little touch up. I'm like, no, I don't do any touch ups. It's like either we clean. She's like, I don't want the deep clean, heavy duty, I just want the regular clean. I'm like, no, then
just have one.
Yeah, just have one, because I was thinking about it. Yeah, I would do the same thing too. Yeah, just do the regular touch up and get it for free rather than paying the $5. So but anyways, yeah, so that was kind of interesting. But anyways, if you guys charge bundles and all that, how do you do it? You just like, if you include it, do you just do like a little dusting, or do you actually do the water with the brushes and all that, the screen cleaner? That's what I was trying to say. But anyways, that's a question for you guys. Then let's see. Oh, and also too, thanks guys so much for all your questions from last week's video. If you guys want to, I'm going to do a video that with all those questions for next week, early next week. So that video should come out soon. So if you guys want to comment on those on the video, wow, okay, we got a call. If you guys want to comment on last week's video, you're still good to go. Even if you want, you can also put it for this week. I'm going to do the video early next week, so I'll answer your questions there. So you still have a little bit of time, just in case you haven't done that so far. So, all right. So then today's job. Today
was interesting. So, you just said how much we made from the other.
Oh yeah, the other one. So inside and out and screens, and it's kind of funny. We gave her a $25 discount, and we did a back house that didn't have a lot of windows.
I think it had for the included.
Okay, and we included all that, and we did that, and then at the end, like they were like, "Oh, can you give us even a first-time discount?" I'm like, "How many discounts do you want?" You know, like I already gave you, like, you know, all that. But anywho, that job ended up being $675. So that's what screens inside and out. It was a 2-story house. Yeah, it was, and the back, like, yeah, it was just, So anyways,
but today's job was nice.
So you want to talk about that one? So how did it go today?
So we came for a bid, and the people said, the homeowner said that if we agree on the price, we could already do the job. So we kind of booked today for them. So we came, we gave a bid, and then we ended up doing the job. The job was very nice. in and out plus solar panels plus screens.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of screens, so that was kind of
8
easy.
screens.
8 screens, so they didn't have a lot. But yeah, anything else? Like, how was it for you on the inside? Because I was on the roof for like 2 hours
Yes.
going with the solar panels.
So
and
by the time Andy was done with the solar panels, I was done inside. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was chill. It was nice. It was a French window, so it was very easy. They did have a lot of tall windows. That was
like,
interesting.
It's pretty much like the wall was the window. That's what she's trying to get at.
Yeah. So it was interesting. A lot of pool work, but it was nice.
Yeah, no, it was cool because I mean, like, I was able to do all the like the solar panels and all that, and the outside was like super easy to do because I mean, like, I had the water fed, but you could imagine when you don't have a water fed and you have like the whole wall being glass, it kind of is a little bit more tedious. So that's why it took her a little bit longer. Also, she had furniture, I'm assuming, right? And also they had no. But they also had some people sleeping in certain rooms, right?
Yeah.
And so you had to kind of go around that. So, but all in all, we did all the windows. You were able to get in there when they were awake, right? Yeah. So we were able to take care of all the windows. But yeah, very nice, very, 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 very nice client. Their solar panels were super dirty. I think I cleaned some of them 4 times, and even then some of them still don't look perfect. I'm gonna just be straight with you guys. Like, that's it was a little bit a lot of work, but there were still some spots left. But the reason I'm saying all that is because if you have clients and it's like their first time clean, either you charge more to do more work, but again, I did 3 or 4 times for $10 each, but I told them you need to have it more like a frequent like maintenance, because it's like a car wash. You know, if you haven't washed a car for like 5-10 years or whatever, you go through those like drive-through car washes, it's gonna look way better, but it's not gonna be like perfect, right, like day one. So to have like that car wash even go a couple more times, then it'll look really good. So in 6 months, I think we're gonna come back, take care of that. But yeah, I was...
How many solar panels?
48.
48 was a lot. Yeah, I started getting worried with Andy because it was 2 hours and he was still in the solar panels and it was really hot. I called him, are you doing okay? You're not fainting or anything? Because I didn't hear from him for a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I didn't heard from Andy. Let me see if he's still alive.
Well, you told me to. You're like, you're almost done, and I was like, yeah. And then she's like, where is Andy?
yeah.
But it was nice because the roof was flat, kind of, so it wasn't like anything crazy.
Solar panels was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then. Yep.
No. Then also the roof was kind of flat, so I didn't have to worry so much. But yeah, no, I was like, man, you know, I'm like up here for so long, and
that's also something interesting.
What?
I didn't know the roof was flat because you from another job, I don't remember which one, you kind of got a knee pain from the roof, remember?
Yeah. So, well, that was a long time ago. Yeah, so this was, a few weeks ago. So this roof was very flat. So my recommendation, I mean, perfect world, you should always be looking straight to the solar panels if that's possible, right? If from the ground or if you're on the roof. Because what happened like a few weeks ago was I was kind of like, it was kind of pointy, the roof. And so what I did was I kind of had my body facing like away from the solar panel, and I would be like turning like this to clean the solar panel. So by doing that, I kind of twisted my left knee. Not that it was twisted, but it hurt a little bit. So there's like, if you look back on my previous videos of me like cleaning and stuff, you might see like a little knee brace, not a brace, but like a kind of like a support per se. It was from that job. And yeah, then I mean, it's been lingering a little bit, but I've been icing it and it's been working and all that.
This is also something, if you see that is in a very bad angle, you can charge more the solar panel, because it's your knees, your legs, you know. You don't have to charge the same price of a normal that is super easy access.
Yeah, like for today's job, I could have charged more to make it perfect, like the solar panels, maybe a little bit more. But again, the
thing is that when we give an estimate, we don't go to the roof to see how bad it is.
Yeah, no.
That's something too.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Yeah, because like for us, we're more like, okay, you know what, it's $10 flat type of thing. But that's why it's always good to give bids, estimates. Now today was easy in a sense, but the flow of water was not really high. I'm just like, that was, I think, my recommendation. I think I didn't even tell you this. I have an idea of like a brush that will be like really, really cool. It's kind of like me having a little bit of idea / fun of like doing solar panel cleaning. But I'll show you guys when I make it. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to put some stuff together. Maybe next week's video I'll show them. But I would recommend when it comes to solar panel cleaning, the more water, the better. And the reason why I say that is because like today I didn't have a lot of water flow. I was kind of like, you know, doing my best. But again, like the more pressure you have, it's just gonna make your life so much easier. And that's probably why it took me so long, because I would go and like, you know, the over the top rinse bar was not that, it was still good, but it wasn't like that great. I used the pencil jets at some points. So it just depends. But if they would have had more pressure, I think it would have been a little bit better. So anywho, also we're gonna have a kind of like a bonus section, I guess, if that makes sense.
How much we did today?
Oh, so today's job we made 570, 900. Too many
We're
numbers
tired,
here.
we're tired.
Yeah. I've been on a roof all day. You know, I can make that excuse, right? So, but 970. So that's how much we made. So in total this week we made, and then I'm going to talk about the bonus, 2,475. So that's how much we made this week. But we're having a bonus section because I forgot to include 2 jobs in the past, so I'm gonna kind of bundle it in this week. So last week I forgot that we kind of double booked on Monday, and I only talked about Monday's job. I didn't talk about Monday afternoon's job. So that one was a recurring client that I already did their windows one time, and so that one was very interesting because you cannot clean those windows without a water fed. That's just the best way to put it. It's kind of like on a weird cliff angle, and if you try to like use a mop and squeegee with the angle, like you have enough space for water fed to clean the window, but like 3 windows are like that you have just enough space to do the water fed and you're good to go. If you use mop and squeegee, it's not going to work, and you cannot put a ladder. So anywho, so that one was very interesting. I should have a video on it on that, so it'll be very easy for you guys to see. But that one we did just outside, and like little less than half was inside, correct? And then no screens, right? We didn't do screens for that. No screens. So that one is very easy. Was $400. So we did that, and then they're gonna call us again in a couple months, and then that was pretty easy. So the last one, really, I keep forgetting to talk about this one. I always am like, oh, next week's video, I'm gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna even go now a couple months ago.
Yes, it's a long time ago.
We talked about that I had a client that they kept calling me, and they wanted, and I already did their house. They had a lot of windows and they had skylights, right? So you kind of know where I'm getting at. So the skylights, they called us and they were like, hey, we want our skylights. And I was like, oh, you know, it's already been a while since I did your windows. Like, you know, I'm gonna have to charge you. Just the skylights. 2. No, I think it's like 4. Something like that. I was like, oh, so, you know, I'm gonna have to charge you, you know, because I can't do like a touch-up. 4. Yeah, it was 4. Okay. We can't do a touch-up because it's already been like a more than a week or 2, you know, like we would have to charge for that. And she's like, no problem.
It was weird. It was a month. A month, no, 2 months later.
2 months maybe, yeah.
Something like that. And we were like, okay, you want us to do again, or you want us to, because it's, yeah, like you said, we're not going to touch it up, but doing again, it's just 2 months. Yeah,
and of course nature too,
so
right?
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, so we were kind of like a little bit, you know, like I don't know, kind of like questioning what her motives were, right? Because we didn't know what she wanted. But she was super nice, and she's like, no, I just want my solar or my skylights, and I was like, okay. So we showed up, and we're like, okay, $200. We'll just do those 4 because you know we have to do this work. And she's like, okay, so. Yeah, 4 skylights for $200. So talking about now past adding up those 2 different jobs in completely different weeks, that's another $600. So if you want to kind of sum it all up together, you have your calculator there, have all of this together, we have so 2,475 plus 600. So then if we're going to combine all that for this week, we made, if that makes sense, $3,075. So that's kind of this week, adding all those other ones too. But yeah, feel free guys, really ask me questions. I'm going to make a video early next week about them. And so I'll do my best to answer them there. But yeah, anything else before?
We just got a start reviewing from today's job.
Nice, nice. Okay, so project payments does work, so that's really nice. That's really cool. They were very nice. The couple today was very, very, very nice, and they had a nanny too. It was just it's just nice, easy job. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
They had a complete bundle: the kids, the nannies, a golden, and a pool.
Yeah. No,
and the other dog.
I can never remember that name, but it's a very cute dog though.
Yeah.
But anyways, anywho, so that's this week's video. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Yes, if you like our videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
There you go. And look forward to next week's video about your questions. And also too, I guess another bonus is that we're kind of wrapping up this year. So if you guys want to, just, give us ideas for next year, too. It's 100K journey was, I'm going to give 100% credit to my wife, my beautiful wife. All of her idea last minute, I almost kind of canceled.
Yeah, almost did it.
But that's another thing. But most importantly, feel free to just give us ideas too for next year. We want to have ideas, like of what we can do next year.
What you guys would like to see from our routine, and also let us know if we're gonna make it to 100K. What do you guys think?
Yeah, do you think
it's almost? Can you believe the end of the year is almost here?
Yeah, we're week 41. Incredible. We only have 11 more weeks.
Wow.
Well, it's also, I will say this though, I'm going to kind of give you guys a hint. We've had a lot of clients from last year adding to our schedule for the next couple of weeks, like October, November.
Yeah, people are already booking for November.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people.
Yeah, do you guys think we're gonna do it?
Yeah, we're asking a lot of questions this video, but most importantly, give us questions for next week's video if you haven't already, and also two ideas for next year's video, and third is if we're gonna make it this
100K journey.
So it's a lot of questions, but most importantly, we thank you guys so much for all the support, placing orders through us. Also too, I just want to give kind of a quick shout outs to a couple of you guys. I just have orders that showed on my end that you guys placed, so I don't know who exactly it is, but I just want to say thank you so much for all the help. Really helps the channel out a lot, try to give you guys more content and all that. So, but I think in the next couple weeks with the questions and all that, we'll make more videos for you guys. Talking too much, I'm really tired, so that's when I'm tired when I talk too much. But anyways, if you, like she said, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next week. All right, bye.
Bye.